The Equal Credit Opportunity Act was signed into law by President Ford on October 28, 1974, which stated that you could no longer discriminate based on sex or marital status in the areas of credit. Banks and financial institutions were required by law to extend credit to women in all forms: credit cards, car loans, home mortgages. 2025 marks the 50th anniversary of the implementation of women's right to credit in their own names for the first time in American history, giving women the power of the purse. But equal credit was just one of the many battles fought for women during the 1960s and 70s, a period known as the second wave of feminism. The second wave of feminism also included such landmark acts as Title IX and the Equal Rights Amendment, both of which Margaret Heckler co-sponsored. During the 1980 Republican National Convention, Margaret strove to convince her party that the Equal Rights Amendment needed to be included in the Republican platform. She was rejected by her fellow Republicans. Margaret then called a meeting to former Hollywood star and governor Ronald Reagan, who was the nominee for president, to talk to him about his support for the Equal Rights Amendment. The conversation went something like this: Mr. Reagan, if you are elected president, will you support the Equal Rights Amendment? I will not in the form of an amendment, he said, but I will support fair labor laws for women. He said, I am worried that this conservative approach may lose the women's vote. Margaret said, many women won't take you seriously as an advocate for them. Reagan responded, well, now what would you suggest I do? Margaret's answer, now you appoint a woman to the Supreme Court. When the meeting was over, Margaret walked out and told her press secretary, Linda Bilmes, mission accomplished. Margaret had very strong feelings about the fact that women did not have the same legal rights as men. She was a lawyer, and she felt that one of the ways it could be achieved would be by putting a woman and her perspective on the Supreme Court, that would add symbolic value. 8 months into his first term as president, President Ronald Reagan appointed Sandra Day O'Connor as the first woman Supreme Court justice.